Hi everyone and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing a brand new book by Lenka Filanenko, and if you recognise her name, that might be because I reviewed one of her previous books, Astrolandia, on my channel not too long ago. So this new book is spiral bound, it has great quality 200 GSM paper and it's landscape orientated. We've got a beautiful glossy card cover here, which is partially coloured, and then on the back we've got thumbnails of all the illustrations inside. So this is called Colours of Summer, which obviously is translated into Pastelkové Léto, or I'm definitely not saying that right, but hey ho. And this is a little card that Lenko included in the book with all of her social media bits and bobs on there if you want to pause the video and then go and have a look at her online profiles. You can go and do that. So again, as I say, very, very high quality paper. I'll come on to that more just later on. But first of all, we start off with the nameplate page. We've got two swallows and then a nice little sort of semicircle of poppies and leaves and daisies, and that might be lavender, but I don't know, I'm not very good at plants, but really nice nameplate page. And then we move into these two little girls. I'm sure that they're angels. They've got wings. They look like they're sitting on the clouds having a good old chin wag. And yeah, just really sweet little illustration. And as you can see here, it's exactly the same thing again, but in a bit more of a shaded tone. So this is sort of a bit of grayscale. It's not full grayscale, but semi-grayscale. So all in all in this book, there's 31 illustrations in total. 22 of them are individual, and 9 of them are repeated in the book, just like that one was. So with this being called Colours of Summer, I think it's going to lend itself to a really beautiful, bright, sunny colour palette. We've got beautiful women included inside with lots and lots of flowing hair, lots of skin, so there's a lot of scope for learning to colour your skin and practice in there as well. Again, if you're wanting to learn with faces and profiles, this is another brilliant book. There's plenty of them out there, but this is another brilliant contender. So that one again in grayscale, and the good thing about this kind of partially shaded image is that if you don't know where to put all of your highlights and shadows, this gives you that good base layer to start from. And even if you don't want to colour this grayscale version, you can use it as reference. So you can see here that there's shading across the cheekbone, just underneath the hairline, underneath the jaw, and then you can translate that when you're colouring in the line art. So it's nice just to have it there really as a bit of help. So we have a lovely girl here blowing some heart-shaped bubbles with her cat amongst the meadows, and you can just imagine this being a beautiful blue sky and a beautiful warm summer day. This lady's gorgeous. She's got music notes flowing through her hair that come from this phoenix. I think it's a phoenix, and I love this one actually. It's really, really nice. I would have liked to be able to colour where the black is here, but I still love it. Again, we've got that grayscale version as well. Now, if you do love cats, you'll love this page. So we've got a girl here, that could be yourself. If you're a cat owner, you could do it in all your own hair and skin colours, and you get to colour in all these different types of cats as well. You could make them tabby, black, calico. It's totally up to you how you colour it, but if you're a fan of cats and you want to practice your fur technique, this is a great page. Here we have another one that has the shading on, and it's kind of enclosed in this ellipsis sort of oval, and we have the tulips growing up the side here, and this lady just looks like she's really relaxing and enjoying a beautiful cup of coffee in the sunshine. Another line art one here, so we've got lots of fish. I don't know if these are meant to be carp or whatever, I don't know about fish, but they're all swimming between all of her strands of hair, so this could be a brilliant underwater scene. Again, we've got the shaded version. And here we have a lady with her parasol aboard a little boat on a river. We've got the lily pads floating on the surface, we've got the reeds growing up from the water, and we've got a beautiful sort of fried egg sunshine sky there for you to colour. Another good one to practice your skin tones, so if you are trying to figure out placement and things of cheekbones, to have this straight on sort of profile is a really good one to practice that. And also you've got half of the face kind of missing, so it's a bit easier as well. And obviously there's tons of big flowers all around for you to colour as well. Again with the shaded copy. And here we have a little girl with flowing hair and flowers who looks like she's releasing some doves. So she's got the empty bird cage here and she's releasing them into the wild. Another oval encased illustration. This lady, her hair just sort of merges in with the waves, very much like the one we saw earlier with the fish, but this time she's got dolphins swimming through her hair and she's holding this ship in her hands with this tiny person just stood on the bow. Is it the bow or the starboard? I will never know. And then we have that again with the shading. And here we have what looks like a princess of some sort, or a queen, a goddess. So we've got the stars all around. A brilliant nighttime sky one palette would look great on this. We've got the stars which have loads of flowing sort of trails coming from it. We've got lantern here. So if you're also wanting to practice how light can reflect on skin as well, coming from a small light source, that's a good idea for that one. Now again with the flowing hair, so if you really do want to practice your hair and your hair strokes, this book's brilliant. And again we've got animals that sort of weave in and out of the hair, so this time we've got butterflies. And what I like about this one is that the butterflies are all blank, so you can put your own patterns in them if you want to. You could do a brilliant sort of soft gradient all the way down each wing. You could cover them in stickles and make them really shiny. It's really up to you what you want to do with this picture. And again, you have the shaded version, which is also good to have a copy in case something goes wrong with the first one. So again with the cats, again another oval shaped one, and we have roses this time. So a lot of the flowers that occur in this book are all different on each page. So you've got an opportunity to colour different kinds of blooms. This lady looks as if she's from like one of those parties where you wear the masks over your eyes, masquerade ball, that's it. And she's got all of these beautiful feathers coming out of her bag or her headdress here, whatever, I think must be a headdress. And another feather coming down here, good for practicing your feather strokes. If you have Helen Elliston's Colourist Special Effects book, she actually has a brilliant tutorial on how to colour gorgeous multicoloured feathers, so that would be awesome on this page. Again with the shaded version. I really like this one. We've got the huge sunflowers growing up the wall almost to the top of the house, you can imagine, and we have this lady here looking out the window. She looks very fancy with her pearls and her headband, and we've got sort of loads of overflowing little flowers and leaves going over the edge of the window box as well. This one's very basic. Again, it's a lady facing forward, but one of her eyes is obscured by a butterfly, this time with pattern on it as well. And she has a 4-leaf clover coming out of her mouth there. And as you can see, this is the one that I've coloured. So I used alcohol markers for the whole thing. I started off with the skin tone with Copic pens. Now, if you're wondering how to get this skin tone, I do have a tutorial for that on the channel. If you go to my tutorials playlist and look for Copic skin, you'll find this exact combination for skin. Now, what I tried to do here was make her look like she was really oiled up with all of her sun lotion and just loving a day on this beautifully hot beach. So I've used white gel pen to go over some lines on her skin just to make her look really, you know, like she's just put her cream on and she's just lying back and basking in the sun. I also decided to use some stickles on the sea, which I'll show you close up here under the light. So the sea is actually sparkling with those sun rays as well. Really enjoyed doing this. Now obviously because it is alcohol marker, I've had to put a few pieces of paper on the underneath so we didn't have any bleed through, but you can see under there is bleed onto the back, which of course you're going to have with alcohol markers. But I also just in some very small areas used a little bit of pencil just to shade in areas, and the paper takes absolutely everything wonderfully. There's been a lot of wetness on this page with the alcohol markers and there's no buckling or anything like that, and it's really soaked it up nicely. So here we have a lady blowing away the dandelions, making a wish, and here come the fairies with their little umbrellas floating down to grant her wish. This one could be interpreted in a few different ways. So she's got this kind of swathe toga type blanket around her that's tied in a huge bow, and her hair is all plaited and sort of waving around. We've got ribbons, we've got bubbles. You could do a lot of different things with this. And then very last page is to test your different materials, or even draw in another character for the book if you're that way inclined. So that's the end of the book. It is really quite a thick book, obviously because the paper is 200 GSM. Even though there's only 31 illustrations, you're still getting quite a big chunky book for your money. And speaking of price, this is available on Lenka's Etsy store. Link is going to be in the description. You can buy this hard copy for £10.48 on sale at the moment, or you can get yourself a PDF downloadable version for £11.60. That translates to about $14, and if you're buying the hard copy, it's about $13. So it's actually cheaper to get yourself the hard copy, but of course then you do have to pay for shipping. So it swings and roundabouts. But if you want to get your hands on this book immediately right now, the best thing you can do is download and buy the PDF so that you can print it on your own paper. But if you are buying the hard copy, the paper is definitely a brilliant choice. It's toothy, but it's not too toothy, and it's really easy to work on with whatever mediums you're using. So all in all, very, very well produced. And as I say, if you want to get your hands on this, go in the description, check out the link, and that's where you can find it. So do let me know in the comments if you like this book and what you think about it. If you enjoyed my video review, please click the thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.